Hey, it's Ryan from HireUp again. This video will be the second part of our series on the Shopify hiring system. In the previous video, we got a job board set up on our Shopify store. And as you can see here in the HireUp app, we have one listing published. We even tested out submitting an application. And what we're going to do in this video is to take a look at how we can customize our careers page. So if I click on listings, there's a button here that says view careers page. And what we're going to see is our storefront with basically just the minimal default setup there with just a single role open at the moment. And this is by design. The idea here with HireUp is that a merchant can go in and use the Shopify theme editor to customize the careers page the way that they would like to do it. And I think that there's a common misconception here that the reason why we might want to customize a careers page is to try to get people to leave an application. But I don't think that that's the best way to look at it, because if someone lands on your careers page with the intention of submitting an application, they're going to do it even like this. It doesn't really matter what's on your careers page. However, where it does come into play is that eventually we may want to reach out to this applicant, engage in the hiring process, and request an interview. And what we want is for them to receive this email and think, yes, I got a response back. This brand is amazing. I can't wait to interview with them, and hopefully one day work with them. And so that's what we're trying to achieve by customizing our careers page. So what we're going to do is go back to our store here, and I'm going to click on the theme editor. So this is just like you would normally do whenever you want to make changes to your storefront. At the top of the theme editor, there is a drop down. And as long as you have HireUp installed and you've published at least one listing, then you should see this here. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on the careers page. And we're just going to begin editing this just like we normally would. So I can see here within the template, I already have the HireUp app section there. So what I'm going to do is add a new section. And one of the things that I always advise my users to do is to include a team photo if you have a good one. I just think that this is a very easy way to create a connection with the applicant and help them imagine what it would be like working within your business. So I'm gonna go ahead and include this as an image banner, and it comes with a bunch of stuff that we don't need. So I'll remove the heading, I'll remove the text, I'm gonna remove the buttons as well. And Shopify has already replaced this underneath the app section. I would prefer for it to be at the top. So I'm gonna move it up there, and I'm gonna go ahead and select my image that I already have generated here. And so cool, this looks like a fun team to work with, and already I think that our careers page is so much better. You could almost imagine being someone who's applying to your role, and when they see this, they're immediately thinking, wow, this actually looks like kind of a cool place to work. Maybe I'll be in this photo one day. Okay, but I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to continue. I think another good thing to add to the careers page is a little section that just shows off your product and maybe talks a little bit about what it's like to work on this product and work at the company. So I'm going to click image with text. I will again move that up, and I'm going to put in this box a product photo. I think this just helps to give the applicant an idea of some of the stuff that they might be working on. I'm going to go ahead and remove this header, and for the text, obviously you want to keep it short, but maybe you can add a little bit around what it's like to work at the company, why someone would want to work at the company, things like that. And yeah, so this is already looking a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and add one more thing. I think it's pretty common for a company to have a section on the perks that the employees get when they work at the company. And I think a lot of the times what you'll see is something like this multi-column layout where they have a section on perks And each of these columns will kind of outline like, oh, here's our health plan, here's our, career growth and opportunities or whatever. And this is fine, but I actually think that there's a better way of doing it. So instead of just kind of putting 3 sort of generic perks that employees are going to see in just about any place that they work, my advice is usually to just think of one very interesting and memorable thing about working with your business. If you have something like that, then the idea is that we really want to highlight this. We want to make this brand feel memorable for the applicant. And so maybe for this like travel product brand, we have something like a annual travel stipend or something. And we can talk about it. Maybe the employees get a little bit of money and they take a trip once a year where they get to use some of the products, maybe a new one, and then they get back from their trip and they kind of talk about all of the good parts and the bad parts of using this product, which I think for a person who loves traveling, this is something that's going to really catch their attention, and it's something that they're going to remember when they get that email in their inbox about how you would like to schedule an interview. So I'm not going to flesh out the text for this, but I think that the idea kind of comes across here, where we can really just jump into the Shopify theme editor and start customizing our careers page just like we would any other part of our site. So I'm going to go ahead and click save here. And if I go back to the app, so here's HireUp, I'll click on the listings page. Let me go back to view the careers page. And now we can see that this is looking so much better. This is something where like the brand is really coming across here, and as an applicant, this is something that I would likely remember. I think this is a pretty important point that a lot of e-commerce business owners understand and also kind of fall short here. So e-commerce business owners understand the power of their brand in connecting a customer to the product. There needs to be a sort of emotional attachment that gets carried along with the branding. And the same exact thing applies to create an attachment between your business and your potential employees. You really want to kind of lean on your brand, lean on your messaging, lean on the product to try to create an attachment from their very first interaction with the hiring process. So that's going to end it for this video. If you do go ahead and get a careers page customized, I would really like to see it. I love to see the different ideas that the HireUp users are coming up with, and I also enjoy kind of building out a HireUp showcase page. So definitely let me know what you can put together. I would love to see it.